Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel. Today I don't have time to ramble because some hot news just dropped. NTE has launched two incredibly worthwhile events at the same time, Fishing Frenzy and Pixel Surge, both starting at 0:05 server time on August 3rd. But before we get into the content, let me remind those of you who are too lazy to read the description. Enter the code COMEBACK right now to get one free Fabricated Dice. Think of it as saving your morning coffee money. Use it quickly before it expires, and don't wait until my next video to complain that the code expired and say I didn't remind you. Now let's get to the main topic. These two events may have been born on the same day, but they have completely opposite personalities. One is all about chilling and relaxing, while the other requires careful planning and directly affects your account progression. Fishing Frenzy is the kind of event where you farm for fun and profit, while Pixel Surge is the kind where one wrong move costs you value for the entire day. So I'll walk you through both of them, and then I'll tell you which one you should prioritize first if you only have 20 minutes today. Let's start with Fishing Frenzy. This isn't the kind of relaxing fishing event where you cast your rod, sit back, and listen to music. Forget about that. The event takes place at Sea Angler, Nakupita Park fishing spot, and its mechanic turns you into a fish hunting machine for exactly 60 seconds each run, using harpoon, net, and bomb to wipe everything out. When you first start, you only have the harpoon, which is a little underwhelming, but don't worry. Once you reach level 3 in the event, you unlock the net, and at level 5, you unlock the bomb. Each tool has its own cooldown. The harpoon fires every 1.5 seconds, the net every 5 seconds, and the bomb has the longest cooldown at 10 seconds. The interesting part is that you shouldn't just stick to one tool and spam it until the event ends. You need to rotate all 3 tools during each 60-second run to maximize the number of fish you catch within the time limit. A small tip I figured out is that the harpoon works best for targeting single large fish, while the net is much better for catching entire schools at once, kind of like farming with combos. Now let's talk about the trap that catches a lot of players psychologically. The rarer the fish is, like the purple or orange ones, the more hits it takes to catch. It sounds tempting because everyone likes chasing rare fish, but the harsh truth is that if you spend your entire 60-second window chasing rare fish, your overall efficiency drops off a cliff. In Fishing Frenzy, what determines whether you profit or not isn't how rare your biggest catch is. It's the total number of fish you catch within those 60 seconds. So sometimes skipping that stubborn orange fish and continuously farming common fish is actually much more rewarding. That's basically farming philosophy 101. As for the fish population in the lake, I have to be honest with you because the information is a little inconsistent across community sources right now. Some say the lake starts with 400 fish, gains 100 more every day, and stops restocking after day 12. Others say it stops after day 13 instead. Rather than giving you one fixed number that could end up being wrong, I'd rather recommend understanding the general idea. The lake gets restocked daily, so don't make the mistake of rushing to clear everything on the first day and thinking the event is over once the fish are gone, because the event actually lasts until August 19th. You have plenty of time to clear it gradually. The biggest mistake I see players make is burning themselves out on day 1, then coming back a few days later, feeling exhausted and quitting altogether, when they could have simply spread out their farming over the full 2 weeks, stayed relaxed, and still collected all the rewards. Speaking of rewards, Fishing Frenzy gives you Annulith, Flow Cinema tickets, Elite Hunter Guides, Chaotic Die, and even the Manhole Boss, so it offers both entertainment and real account value. This isn't one of those events that exists just for fun with nothing meaningful to gain. Overall, the winning formula for Fishing Frenzy is simple. Don't get greedy, chasing rare fish, rotate your tools properly, and don't rush to clear everything on the first day. Just farm steadily until the event ends, and you'll be in great shape. Now let's move on to the second main character, and this is the one I really want you to pay attention to, Pixel Surge. Essentially, this is a double rewards event whenever you spend character pixels in the 4 designated anomaly zones: Houdini's Magic Stage, Houdini's Schemes, Bubble Can Factory, and Rabbit Hole. To unlock this character pixel farming feature, you first need to complete Prologue 2. So if you're a new player and haven't gotten that far yet, try to push through quickly so you can still benefit from the event. Now, for the million-dollar question. Where should you spend your pixels first? Based on my own experience and everything I've gathered from the community, the priority should be Houdini's Magic Stage first, followed by Houdini's Schemes, then Bubble Can Factory, and finally, Rabbit Hole. The reason Magic Stage ranks first is because it provides universal resources that can be used for many different purposes, so nothing goes to waste. Schemes is better for ability upgrade materials, while Bubble Can Factory focuses more on upgrading Arc. And what about Rabbit Hole? Well, the name already sounds dangerous because it revolves around cartridges, which are heavily RNG-based. Imagine getting the double reward bonus only to roll something you don't even need. That's double the wasted effort and double the disappointment. Some creators even openly said they dump all their pixels into Magic Stage just to farm beetle coins, because once you reach higher levels, the cost of upgrading character and weapon materials becomes extremely expensive. Having a large supply of universal resources makes life much easier. The general recommendation is to stay away from Rabbit Hole until your account reaches around Hunter level 45 or higher. Once you hit Hunter level 50, the cost of upgrading S-rank abilities increases dramatically, making Magic Stage an even better long-term investment. Another fantastic advantage of Pixel Surge is that the 2x bonus still applies even when using Quick Explore together with Gilded Butler Anomaly, as long as you own the Eden Apartments property. That means for mid-game players and beyond, this event is practically the definition of press one button, refresh YouTube for a while, come back, and everything is fully farmed. It feels absolutely amazing. The biggest mistake I see players make during Pixel Surge is dumping all their pixels into Rabbit Hole just because they want rare gear, even though the RNG there is much higher than in the other 3 zones. The second mistake is forgetting about the carryover system. Some players think missing one day means losing the bonus forever, so they panic and grind like crazy. Others spend everything on day 1 because it feels satisfying, only to regret it a few days later. The third mistake is choosing zones based on personal preference instead of their account progression. New players and mid-game players usually get much better value by prioritizing the universal resources from Magic Stage before chasing more specialized goals too early. So if you only have 20 free minutes before going to bed today, I genuinely recommend farming Pixel Surge first because its event window is much shorter. It only lasts until August 10th, while Fishing Frenzy continues all the way until August 19th, giving you plenty of time to farm it gradually without worrying about missing out. To summarize it in an easy way, Fishing Frenzy is a fun event with rewards, while Pixel Surge is the real strategic event that affects how quickly your account grows. So don't ignore it or spend your pixels in the wrong place, or you'll end up wasting an entire season's worth of event value. If this video saved you a lot of time searching through guides, don't forget to leave a like and subscribe to the channel. That way, whenever a new event arrives, I'll be here to let you know right away. See you in the next video.